Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today Zac will be making for you the final soap in our September vacation collection, and that is our Gone Camping soap. This soap is scented with Tuscan Myrtle and Juniper from Brambleberry, and it is a really great resinous piney scent. So stay tuned and see how Zac made this soap inspired by camping, one of his favorite activities. Alrighty, let's get camping. So, if you didn't catch the heavy dose of sarcasm in the very beginning of this video, Zac absolutely detests camping. He hates it, won't ever do it. I've never gone camping with him. I don't think I'll ever go camping with him. So it's a little funny that he is the one making our Gone Camping soap for our September summer vacation collection. This soap did have a slightly different name, similar to our staycation soap that came out 2 weeks ago, and I'll put a card up in the corner. If you didn't watch that video, you can go check that out. This was called something along the lines of like Euro Trip or Italian Vacation or something like that, and that is because it is a myrtle and cypress fragrance oil from Brambleberry that is absolutely amazing. It is one of my favorite scents that they have come out with in quite a while. We are kind of behind the scenes here testing out a solid cologne, and this is the scent that I actually used as the tester, because when we got this collection from them a couple months ago when we bought it, I just was obsessed with the like resinous piney scent, but it's a little sweet. Not like sugary sweet though, it just has a little something extra that cuts that pininess just ever so slightly. It is really amazing. And so when we were designing our vacation collection, we had to do something with it. Originally, because the collection was centered around like an Italian vacation, we were trying to do something similar to that. But then when we actually made the soap and smelled it after it cured, it was really giving like a pine tree forest when you go camping, and it's like first thing in the morning. It's a little dewy, it's piney, really like crisp and clean and clear, like mountain air. So we did change the name to Gone Camping to fit that kind of finished product just a little bit more. Also, this design was very reminiscent of like when sun is kind of shimmering through the forest canopy and doing the like little striations. I'll put a picture in the corner there so you can understand what I'm very poorly describing. But anyways, back to the soap making video. So Zac has made our soap base, set aside about a quarter into that glass pitcher. To the large Cambro there, he added some turmeric, because we have been obsessed with turmeric and its kind of performance in soap and the like color factor that it adds to our soap bars. It adds a nice golden orange color initially, and it fades to like the most pleasant kind of like toasted chestnut color. So this actually will not be this kind of bright orange. It'll be a really lovely natural brown color, and that is what we were going for. So he is going to portion off about half of that soap batter into our slab mold there. Does a pretty good job of self-leveling, but we'll just tap out any air bubbles that may exist. And then with our scraper there, Zac will pour the kind of quarters of the soap batter that he set aside that has some ultra sparkle copper mica in it, and kind of like sandwich it between two layers of that turmeric colored soap base. The thing with ultra sparkle mica is that you can actually see the kind of shiny flakes at the end of the soaping process, which isn't super common with mica colorants for soap. Whatever happens in the soaping process, it kind of takes away that shimmer that mica just inherently has. So this ultra sparkle mica, that doesn't happen to it, and we love it, especially as kind of like a highlight. And that's exactly what in this design this middle layer was for. It also is kind of reintroducing that feeling of the sun peeking through the forest canopy with like pollen or like dust kind of floating in the air and shimmering. It's very like picturesque. This fragrance oil, along with most of the ones from Brambleberry that we've used recently, behaved beautifully. Still a lot of room for play to level everything out, but not so loose and like delaying the saponification process that you are just standing around kind of twiddling your thumbs waiting for the soap to be at a consistency and texture that is workable for whatever design you're doing. So Zac will level this out and then pour over the remaining soap batter that is in that Cambro there. We did have a slight oopsie in the second batch of this soap, and it is that we didn't do the hanger swirl technique that Zac is going to do after he gets all this soap batter out. So potentially you could have the really unique bar that is just even layers of the gold and the turmeric colored soap, or you could get a hanger swirl soap. They both are super pretty. Obviously they work exactly the same. We are going to sell them the same. You just don't know what you'll get, but really that's kind of how camping goes. It's either going to be a super amazing time, or you could get rained out, or you will have to move your campsite because who knows, someone else is in your spot or whatever it might be. We will scrape out the remainder of that soap base that is left in that Cambro because we are done with the actual soaping process here. Once that container is nice and cleaned out, which helps in the soap dishes stage of soap making, we will break out our hanger swirl tool and do some nice quick up and down motions with it to give very vertical delineated hanger swirls. We don't want an actual kind of swirl. We want it to look like columns is maybe the more appropriate term. Once we are done with that, Zac is going to drizzle on a little bit of some gold mica that is suspended in some just canola oil, and you just drip this on top ever so slightly. You don't want to do too much because then your oil or your soap bar will be a little oily on the top, but if you do a little bit and then you kind of work it in to the soap batter just very gently, the soap batter actually kind of absorbs the oil that is in the mica and it leaves the mica on top in a really pretty kind of shimmery effect. We've done this before. We don't do it a whole lot just because there's a fine line between it being oily and being like perfect. This batch is perfect based on me using it yesterday. Then with our wooden dowel, Zac will do a big spiral, kind of massaging that gold mica into the top of that soap there, but not going so deep into the soap batter that those beautiful lines or levels that we can't see quite yet, the chopstick won't disturb those. You just want this in the first like 1/8 of an inch of soap batter, if that, just enough to get the gold mica drizzle kind of worked in. Once those edges are clean, Zac will spritz the top with some rubbing alcohol, tuck the soap away for 24 hours, and then it is time to unmold and slice up. The color you can see is drastically different than that kind of bright fiery orange yesterday in the soap making video. Basically, it is now a nice kind of natural sandy brown color, which is exactly what we were going for. If you didn't know that turmeric discolored to this brown color, I could see how you might be a little disappointed going from that like vivid orange color to a more subdued, demure, kind of tan, sandy color. But once you know that it does that, it is a joy to kind of use that effect to its full advantage. After that slab is split into loaves, we will break out Dorothy, slice up the soap bar, and see those hanger swirls, and that is exactly what we were going for. The beautiful up and down columns from the hanger swirl tool, the 3 different very distinct layers with that shimmery top gold mica drizzle on top. It is exactly the vibe we were going for. The next collection that we are coming out with after this collection is, of course, Halloween, October themed, so stay tuned for that. This soap in particular will be for sale September 1st online and in person, so check out our website or see us in person for more details or to grab a bar. If you want to support the channel, you can become a subscriber and get shoutouts, soaps, or candles of the month from us. Check out our website for more details on that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below your favorite camping place, and subscribe so you can see what we come up with next. Bye.